Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Factpire, where we help you gain information. Okay, so for today's topic, we'll be learning algebra. All right, so it's nothing to be afraid of. We're just gonna go ahead and get right in. So we have a couple of objectives for today. First one is the introduction. Just gonna give you a simple introduction as to what algebra is. Then we'll just go into some examples, after which we'll have an activity to be done and then a review. So very short, very simple video today. Alright, so introduction. So what is algebra? So according to the Oxford Dictionary, algebra is the part of mathematics in which letters and other general symbols are used to represent numbers and quantities in formulae and expressions. Okay? So this is an example of an algebraic equation. And we say equation because there is an equal sign. If there was no equal sign and we just had the 3x plus 5, then that would be an expression. Alright, so in this equation, the 3 is the coefficient, the x is the variable, the plus sign is the operator, and 5 and 14 are the constants. Alright, so a coefficient, which was what the 3 was, it's a number or a symbol representing a constant value that is multiplied by the variable of a single term. Alright, so the coefficient is a constant as well, however, it is multiplied by the variable. So a variable is simply a symbol for a number we don't know yet. So that number that we do not know as yet, we use a symbol to represent it in the equation. That is why we use x. We could have used a, b, c, y, but for this equation we just use x. So an operator, what's an operator? Simply it is the sign that tells us what operation we're going to use in the equation. So we have the x for multiplication, we have the division sign for division, we have the plus sign for addition, and we have the minus sign for subtraction. Okay? And a constant is a fixed value. So it's a value that nothing has happened to it, it's just what it is, it's constant. Okay, so let's go into some examples. So example 1. So using this equation, 4x minus 5 equals 7, we need to find x. So what we need to do, we need to get x by itself on one side of the equation. Alright, so first we will get the coefficient and the variable, which in this case is the 4x, alone on its side of the equation. So we need to get rid of the minus 5, because realize that 4x minus 5 is on the left side of the equation, and we need to have 4x all by itself. So in order to do that, we must do the opposite of the operation, right? And the operation that's happening is minus, which is subtraction. And the operation that is happening is subtraction, and we know that because there is a minus sign. So in this case, we need to add 5 to that expression. So it will be 4x minus 5 plus 5 equals 7. And why do we do that? It's simple. If you want to get rid of minus 5, you need to add 5 so that it equates to 0. So Note that whatever we do to one side of the equation, we have to do to the other side. And this is to strike a balance, alright? Because it's an equal sign. So whatever happens to one side needs to happen to the other side so that everything can remain balanced. Alright, so therefore, 4x minus 5 plus 5 is equal to 7 plus 5. See what we did? We added 5 to one side of the equation, so now we're going to add 5 to the other side of the equation. So when we simplify that, we get 4x equal 12, right? Because 4x minus 5 plus 5, so minus 5 plus 5 equals 0, so all that's left on that side would be 4x. And then now, 7 plus 5 equals 12. Alright, so now we are closer to getting x all by itself. So what we need to do now is get rid of the coefficient, which is 4. So remember that coefficients are multiplied by the variable. Remember I said that when I was defining coefficient, it's a constant value that is multiplied by the variable. So the operation that's happening this time is multiplication. So what's the opposite of multiplication? Division. So we're going to divide both sides by 4 in order to get our answer. And why do we do both sides? Because in an equation, we need to ensure that everything is balanced. So what you do to one side needs to happen to the other side. Therefore, what is our answer? Our answer is x equal 3, because 12 divided by 4 equals 3. Alright, so let's go into another example. 2x plus 3x equal 30. So see, this looks a bit different from our first example. In a situation like this, we just add the coefficients together since they have the same variable. Alright? So now the equation is going to look something like this. 5x equal 30. Alright? So you see, we got to this part way faster than the last time. So what do we need to do in this case? Simple. We're going to divide both sides by 5 in order to get our answer. So 5x divided by 5 is equal to 30 divided by 5. Remember, what you do to one side, you do to the other side. So our answer is x equal 6. Alright, you think you're getting in the hang of this? You can just leave a comment below to tell me if you get it, or if not, we can just do more examples. Alright, so example number 3. 4x minus 6 equal 2x plus 8. Alright, so this looks a bit tricky, doesn't it? Alright, no worries. Alright, so in a situation like this, we need to get all the variables on one side of the equation and all constants on the other side of the equation. So we're going to group up all the x's on one side and group up all the constants on the other side of the equation. But please note that whenever you move figures across the equal sign, their sign changes. Okay? So whatever was positive becomes negative. Whatever was operating under multiplication will now operate under division. Alright, the equation is going to look like this now. 4x minus 2x is equal to 8 plus 6. Do you see that? 4x, the 4x stays where it was on that side of the equation, so we don't change its sign. But we moved over the 2x that was positive, so now it becomes negative, it becomes minus 2x. equals 8. The 8 is kept over there, so it stays positive. But realize that the 6 that was negative moves over, so now it's positive. So now it becomes 8 plus 6. So all we're going to do now is simplify. 4x minus 2x is 2x, and 8 plus 6 is 14. So we're going to have 2x equal 14. Then now just divide both sides by 2, and then x equal 7. So please note that if you are unsure of your answer, you can always plug back the answer into the equation, and if it both equals the same thing, then you know that your answer is correct. So for example, in this one, you can plug back x in x equals 7 wherever x was, and you should receive the same answer. Alright, so we have an activity here for you guys to do. Just going to ask you guys to try this on your own. You can pause the video and try it, and then you can unpause the video and we'll get straight into it. Alright, so go ahead, pause the video. Alright, welcome back guys. So I trust that you all worked on it. So let's get straight into the answers. Alright, so first one is 30 minus 2x equals 24. Right? So remember what I said we're going to do? We're going to get all the x's on one side and all the constants on one side. And since we're moving across the equal sign, the signs are going to change. Right? So now it's going to be 30 minus 24 equals 2x. You simplify that, we have 6 equals 2x. Right? Now divide both sides by 2, and then we're going to get 3 equals x. So the answer is x equals 3. Alright, did you get that? Give yourself a pat on the shoulder. Alright? Hi guys, so this one is 3x plus 8 equal 29. Then you move it across the equal sign, you get 3x equal 29 minus 8. Then it's going to be 3x equals 21. And then it's going to be 3x divided by 3 equals 21 divided by 3, which gives us x equal 7. Right? Next one, 6x minus 2x equals 20. So this is very straightforward. We're just going to simplify, and that will leave us with 4x equal 20. So that's 4x divided by 4 is equal to 20 divided by 4. Whatever you do to one side, you do to the other side, and that leaves us with x equal 5. Alright? So now we have 70 minus x. Ooh, it's a bit tricky. 70 minus x equals x plus 10. Same formula. Just put all the x's together on one side, all constants together on the other side, and we are left with 70 minus 10 equals x plus x, which gives us 60 equal 2x. So 60 divided by 2 is the same as 2x divided by 2. Therefore, x is equal to 30. And last one, a bit tricky now. Alright, so 24b divided by 4 is equal to 3b plus 6. So what we're going to do for this one now is a bit different. We're going to times everything by 4, so we don't have any divisions left back. So 24b divided by 4 times 4 is the same as 3b plus 6 times 4. Alright, so when you times 24 divided by 4, you're just left with 24b. It's like you're canceling out what was done. If I divide something by 4, but then immediately times it back by 4, then I'm going to get back my original number. So that's why we're left with 24b. However, when it comes on to the other part of the equation, 3b plus 6, you times each thing by 4. So it's going to be 3b times 4, which is 12b, plus 6 times 4, which is 24. Now we just put all our constants together and all our variables together. So we're left with 24b minus 12b, which is equal to 24. Now it's going to be 12b equals 24. And now we're going to divide both sides by 12 to get our variable. So it's going to be 12b divided by 12 is equal to 24 divided by 12. Therefore, b equals 12. Did you get that? Alright, remember, you can always plug back in your answers to see if it was correct. Alright, so quick review. Remember that algebra is that area of math where numbers and quantities are represented by letters and symbols. So this is an example of an algebraic equation, 3x plus 2 equals 12. Remember that your coefficient is a number or symbol representing a constant value that is multiplied by the variable of a single term. Your variable is a symbol for a number we don't know yet. Operator, multiplication, division, addition, or subtraction. And a constant is a fixed value. Alright, so best of luck, guys. Thank you for coming here and learning with Factpire. Hope to see you guys again. Bye.